Hi, welcome to Cooking with Anton. Today we're going to make our own ground beef. First, let's take a look where it comes from. There's a lot of controversy now about the quality of the meat that we receive when you're raising food for millions of people in stockyards. The population, the dense population of the beef, the animals need to be protected, so they're receiving antibiotics and all sorts of things, because in close environment like that somebody's sick and everybody else can get it. So the animals are being fed things to make them grow faster and to keep them healthy and in tight quarters like that. And the result is that the meat isn't so healthy for us humans. Now, when beef is raised out on the land where they eat grass as nature intended, it turns out that a lot of the problems associated with eating beef no longer exist or minimized. The danger to your heart and so on. They say red meat is worse than something like salmon, but now they're finding that even farm-raised salmon, where the salmon are receiving the same sort of corn-created foods that the stockyard beef are getting, that those are starting to show the same challenges to human health. It's possible to find beef raised on the land. There are places all around the country, actually in the world, that are now making fresh land-raised beef available to you. If you think that it costs a little more, if later on when you're considering hospital bills and stuff from eating beef that isn't good for you, it's actually cheaper in the long run for you to be eating this land-raised beef. It's also been shown that the stress the animals experience that are raised in the stockyards translates into chemicals that they produce in their bodies in reaction to the fear that animals raised on the land don't have. There are some people who are bothered by the idea that you can stand here and look at an animal and know that somewhere in the future he's going to end up on your plate. And some of those same people are buying meat in the supermarket. The meat has been so processed by them that they don't see the process that went from the land animals to what you see in the neat little plastic packages on your shelf. If you have a conscience about this, at least the animals have been living out in a beautiful environment such as this, as opposed to crowded stockyards where they're living in masses of their own feces and being fed unnatural foods. If you're eating land-fed beef, you're actually supporting a system that is better for humans, better for our healthcare system, and in the long run better for the animals. So if you're going to be a meat eater, then you might as well be eating things that you know are good. Fresh land-raised beef is an entirely different quality than the meat that comes out of the stockyards. Okay, let's head on into the kitchen. Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to make some ground beef. We're going to grind the beef ourselves, and then we will be making hamburgers and meatballs and use some of it for dog food. The first thing we're going to want to do is to trim off some of the fat. We want to have as lean of beef as possible. Cut that into slices. We're going to make sure the meat is small enough to go through the meat grinder. It's nice to have a good sharp knife for this. Okay, in it goes. Use your plunger. You don't want to be sticking your fingers down there. You want them to be part of your hamburger. Now I'm going to use some of my favorite containers, and we'll put some of this aside. You can of course freeze this so that you have nice fresh meat later on. There we go. All right. Now, one of the things that we can make is of course hamburger. Make a nice ball, press it out. And there we go. That should be delicious on the grill. This is Anton. Thank you for watching. Be good to those you love, and remember, be good to yourself.